Good evening. Coming up tonight, the State House is about to get a little bit brighter. And see how the Gamecocks won their first game against Mizzou since 2018.
Also ahead, learn how you could beat Clemson at something other than football.
But first, weather reporter Nicole Smith is in the studio with us. Nicole, what weather can we expect this week?
Sweater weather is finally among us as those temperatures are dropping and we're getting a little bit colder throughout the week. I'll have the weather forecast for this week and more for you tonight on SGTV Student News at 7.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio.
This is Student News at 7.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Popielarczyk.
And I'm Madelyn Cooper. Thanks for joining us tonight. Gamecocks and Tigers are going head-to-head, but this time it's not on the field. The 40th annual Carolina-Clemson Blood Drive kicked off today, marking 4 decades of a friendly competition for a cause. Students can donate in both Russell House and at the Bloodmobiles on Green Street from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., now until November 22nd. SGTV spoke to Blood Drive volunteer Claire Seabrook about the rivalry and the cause alongside it.
So we obviously always want to beat Clemson, whether it's in football or it's in saving lives. And I can't donate blood myself, so I figured this is like the next best way to donate to help give back.
The winner of the blood drive will be announced at this year's Palmetto Bowl. Speaking of tradition, USC's annual Tiger Burn is this Wednesday, November 20th at 6 p.m. on Blackfield. Students and alumni can witness the tiger light up the night sky. Allie, I think I should have worn my garnet tonight.
It was definitely the wrong day to wear orange, considering we're talking about the Palmetto Bowl coming up, but I'm excited. I know so many students and so many alumni come back for Tiger Burn, for the Palmetto Bowl, and everything that it has in between, so I'm glad we can also contribute to a good cause by doing the blood drive as well.
Definitely, and each year we wait all football season for this big rivalry game. Mm-hmm. Will you be participating in the tradition?
I'll be doing a little bit throughout the week, but since I'm going home Friday, it kind of cuts off there, but I'm ready for next year when we have it back here at Williams-Brice so that it can be that junior year experience everyone's excited for.
Definitely. Heading home for Thanksgiving just got easier for USC students. USC student government is providing shuttle services to and from the Columbia Metropolitan Airport during the holiday break. Pickups from campus are scheduled for November 22nd and 24th at 5 a.m., 9 a.m., noon, and 5 p.m., with return trips from the airport on December 1st at noon and 5 p.m. Students must make reservations in advance to secure a spot on the shuttle. The pickup location is at the corner of Green and Sumter Streets, next to the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. For more information or to make a reservation, students can visit the university's Leadership and Service Center website.
According to a study by the Environmental Integrity Project, plastics facilities around South Carolina have dumped toxins into the Congaree River with little to no regulation from the federal or state government. The study found that Columbia and Charleston had some of the highest releases of 1,4-dioxane, a chemical whose exposure is associated with multiple health problems, including cancer, kidney, and liver damage. The chemical accompanies phosphorus, nitrogen, dioxins, and many more amongst the chemicals released. In a press conference, EIP's project director, Jen Dugan, shared that the government is mandated to enforce the Clean Water Act, federal law that regulates the discharge of pollutants into waterways. According to the state, when asked about the toxin issues, the SC Department of Environmental Services shared they cannot comment until a later date. The Congaree River runs close to homes, apartments, and the Congaree National Park. Coming up after the break, SGTV weather reporter Nicole Smith has this week's forecast. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
Welcome back, Carolina. I'm Nicole Smith. Here's your look at tonight's temperatures. We're seeing us dip into the 50s, so like I said, it's getting a bit colder. Time to pull out those sweaters, those gloves, even those cute little scarves. And as you're seeing those evening goes on, we're seeing those temperatures drop, and we're getting down even to the upper 30s. So like I said, a bit chilly. Those winds are going to be picking up, and you might not want to go outside as much this week during that evening time. Maybe it's the perfect time to stick inside and study for those exams or anything like that. However, the game day is going to look nice and great. We're seeing those temperatures drops into the 30s again as we go into the evening, but right at kickoff, we're hitting 60 degrees, so we're sticking in those 60s all throughout the day. We can go cheer on the Gamecocks and be nice and warm with that sun sticking out and warming us up just a little bit. Now, I warn you, as you go into that evening time, maybe bring a sweater, a jacket, even some gloves for when those temperatures start to drop as we're still cheering on those Gamecocks. Now, for the rest of the week, we're seeing rain in the forecast. Temperatures are going to be sticking in those 70s during those rainy days, Tuesday, Wednesday. Tuesday, we're not going to be seeing the rain until the evening, and Wednesday, we're going to be seeing it in the morning time. But after that, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the sun's coming back up. It's going to be absolutely lovely outside, a great time to get outside, maybe have lunch, anything like that. And like I said, this whole week, those evening time temperatures, they're going to be a little bit chillier. So make sure if you are outside to have a sweater with you, some gloves, a scarf, anything like that. That's all I have for you tonight. Coming up after the break, Karenna Porter and Dakota Morris are going to have the latest in SGTV sports. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dakota Morris.
And I'm Karenna Porter, here to give you the latest in sports.
South Carolina football came out on top at the Battle of the Columbias this Saturday with a late-game win over Missouri. The Gamecocks beat the Tigers 34-30 with their first win over Missouri since 2018. The win keeps playoff dreams alive for Gamecock fans and moves them into the 19th spot on the AP Top 25 rankings. Missouri took an early lead in the first quarter with a field goal from kicker Blake Craig, putting them up by 3. However, thanks to Nick Harbor, it didn't last long as he earned his first touchdown of the year to put the Gamecocks on the board. Craig put up another kick through the uprights to cut the Gamecock lead to 1 point before the end of the first quarter. Both teams put up tough defense in the second, but Lenora Sellers was able to find Joshua Simon in the end zone just under 2 minutes till halftime. On Missouri's next drive, South Carolina forced a punt on the 4th down, leading to another touchdown to put the Gamecocks up 21-6 at the half. The Gamecock momentum slowed after halftime as Missouri scored their first touchdown of the game in the 3rd quarter and continued to chip away at the Gamecock lead into the 4th quarter. Missouri started off hot in the final quarter with an early field goal and a touchdown a few plays later. Now down by 1 with just over 5 minutes left of game time, Sellers connected with Michael Smith for a touchdown. However, the Gamecocks' 2-point conversion attempt flopped and Missouri regained the lead with a touchdown and 2-point conversion of their own. With just 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock, the Gamecocks quickly lurked their way back down the field to the Missouri 15. With only 15 seconds to spare and Gamecock fans on the edge of their seats, Sellers threw a shuttle pass to Raheem Rocket Sanders for a 15-yard touchdown to seal the win. The Gamecocks now look to move up in the college football playoff rankings and will be back at Williams-Brice this Saturday to take on Wofford. And just announced recently today is that Lenora Sellers is now the SEC Offensive Player of the Week. Such a great accolade for him to add to his resume. South Carolina women's basketball added another tally to their impressive winning streak yesterday against East Carolina. This is their 42nd win in a row, tying them with the program record. The Gamecocks completely took over the Pirates' ship with a dominating 94-44 victory, with the entire roster putting up points on the board. Junior forward Chloe Kitts led the way for the Gamecocks with 14 points and 7 rebounds. Malaysia Fulwiley and Joyce Edwards followed closely behind Kitts with 12 points and 2 rebounds each. The Gamecocks took the lead early, racking up a 13-point lead before the Pirates could get the ball in the net. From there, the Gamecocks never took their foot off the gas, leading by 34 points at the half. Dawn Staley displayed the depth of her roster with constant substitutions that put the entire bench on the court. Each Gamecock scored at least 2 points and 1 rebound. Freshman guard Maddie McDaniel made the most of her 19 minutes on the court with 6 assists and 4 steals for team highs. The Gamecocks will now take a trip upstate to Clemson on Wednesday, hoping to add another Gamecock win to the Palmetto Series. We know that the Gamecocks have such a deep roster, especially with the juniors and seniors on the team. We've seen them play. We know they're good, but it's great to see those freshmen and sophomores really sticking out this year. Maddie McDaniel, Joyce Edwards, and even Malaysia Fulwiley is just all over the court for us and really showing off this year.
And I know we talked about Joyce Edwards before she was even here, and she's really living up to the hype. It's great to see the roster so stacked. The Gamecock men's basketball team fell to number 16 Indiana, 87-71 on Saturday on the road. Sophomore Morris Ugasic led South Carolina with a career-high 18 points off the bench, including 4 three-pointers. Indiana's Miles Rice dropped 23 points, 17 of them being in the first half, to put the Hoosiers in control early. Carolina struggled offensively in the second half, making just 1 three-pointer in 9 attempts and shooting below 40% for the game. Graduate forward Nick Pringle recorded a double-double with 14 points and 11 rebounds in 33 minutes. The Gamecocks now sit at 2-2 and return home to face Mercer on Thursday at Colonial Life Arena. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Eastern and will be broadcast on SEC Network Plus. The South Carolina women's soccer team advanced to the next round of the NCAA tournament with a commanding 6-0 win over ECU at Stone Stadium. Freshman Katie Shea Collins opened the scoring and netted a hat trick, bringing her season total to 10 goals. Kat Berry converted a penalty moments later, and South Carolina took a 2-0 lead into halftime. The second half was all Gamecocks, capped by goalie Taylor Fox scoring her first career goal on a penalty kick. South Carolina ended ECU's 7-game winning streak, dominating both offensively and defensively. Kat Berry's 2 goals on the night broke a pair of program records for South Carolina. She now holds the career goals record with 51, passing Jenny Ondo. Berry also set a single-season record this year with 18 goals. Berry expressed gratitude to her coaches and teammates following the match.
Yeah, obviously that's like an amazing accomplishment, just understanding the other players who'd come through this program. I think it's just like unbelievable to even be considered in the same conversations as those players.
The Gamecocks head to Chapel Hill to face Minnesota on Friday. Now, SGTV entertainment reporters Raquel Negrón and Sarah Muñoz are in the studio. What's going on this week, guys?
Thanks, Karenna. I'm Raquel Negrón.
And I'm Sarah Muñoz. This Sunday, the holiday spirit comes alive at the South Carolina State House. Governor Henry McMaster invites residents and visitors to gather on the Capitol grounds for the annual lighting of the state Christmas tree. The celebration kicks off at 4:30 p.m. with the visit from Santa himself and a South Carolina pop-up shop featuring local crafts and gifts. The event also promises live music from talented South Carolina artists. The highly anticipated countdown to the tree lighting will be happening from 6 to 7 p.m. Looking for a perfect way to burn calories before your Thanksgiving feast? The 20th annual Turkey Day 5K is happening this Thanksgiving morning, starting at Colonial Life Arena. Whether you're a seasoned runner, a casual walker, or just in it for the pie, there's something for everyone. Celebrate 20 years of fitness and family to kick off the holiday season with laughter, camaraderie, and friendly competition. All proceeds benefit Boys and Girls Clubs of the Midlands, supporting youth development programs that make a real difference. Raquel, I have never done a turkey trot before, but it sounds like so much fun. And I'm not really much of a runner, but I think I could go walk for a little bit in the morning, get my day started. What do you think?
I'm not really a runner either. I'm more in Thanksgiving for the food, but I mean, I'll go cheer everyone on.
Definitely.
If you end up missing the tree lighting in Columbia for this city's Christmas tree, the city right next door has got you covered. Casey, South Carolina will be hosting their own Christmas tree lighting on December 5th at 6 p.m. in front of Casey City Hall. Not only will the tree lighting be happening, but the event will also include performances from local artists and a visit from Santa. Santa Claus and the Women's Club of Casey will be collecting canned goods during the event. The goods go towards the Casey Cares Project, which is benefiting and working with God's Helping Hands and the Scooter Scott Project. To find more information about this event, visit kcsc.gov. Watching How the Grinch Stole Christmas is a holiday season tradition for many families. This week, from November 19th to the 21st, is How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical. According to the New York Times, this show is 100 times better than a bedtime story. Songs like You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch and Welcome Christmas will be a part of the show, and hilarious characters from the original animated special will also be a part of this performance. The show at the Koger Center for the Arts is currently sold out, but keep an eye out for any last-minute tickets on their website. That's all your entertainment news for tonight. After the break, Madelyn and Allie will return to finish up tonight's news. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. The U.S. Department of Education has awarded a $35 million grant to the University of South Carolina to aid in college readiness across the state. USC is one of the 18 schools nationwide to receive funding in the Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for Undergraduate programs, also known as GEAR Up. It is the largest grant ever awarded to USC College of Education. The College of Education will utilize this funding to provide more resources for SC middle and high schools to prepare them for secondary education. Participating school districts are picked for this program, selected based off of their percentage of students who use the free or reduced lunch program, as well as their school's location. The program hopes to increase families' financial awareness and help students apply for financial aid.
2 Columbia area hospitals have been recognized as among the safest in South Carolina in the latest fall safety grades released by the Leapfrog Group. Prisma Health Baptist Park Ridge and Prisma Health Baptist both retained their A grades. Statewide, 21 out of 52 hospitals received an A grade, matching the number from the spring rankings. Nationally, South Carolina ranked 10th for overall safety. The Leapfrog Group has issued biannual safety grades since 2012, focusing on errors, accidents, injuries, and infections, aiming to increase transparency in healthcare.
Last week, SGTV reported on the escape of over 40 monkeys in Beaufort County. Now, emus join the mix in Horry County. The emus, named Thelma and Louise, hopped the fence of their residential home and have been loose for 3 months. Their owner, Sam Morris, shared in a community Facebook group that the pair are considered feral, while the other emus at his house are trained. The Horry County Police Department is on the case and actively looking for the birds, writing on their Facebook, quote, "We are not emus," end quote. Madelyn, I'm not surprised by any of this anymore. I'm just waiting to see the next animal that's going to get released. I didn't know people had emus as pets, and now apparently they do, and I'm just wondering how many he has left in that house that are apparently trained, and I don't know how to train an emu.
Exactly. I mean, first it was monkeys, and now it's emus. I sure wouldn't want to see Thelma and Louise on the streets, so I hope they get that under control soon.
I mean, if they can keep going, they might make their way to Columbia, and I'm pretty sure people would see it around campus, a 5.5-foot tall bird just trolling around just to see what's going on. But that would be nice if they could find them, get them back to their place, and maybe train them in the process.
Maybe so.
That wraps up tonight's edition of Student News at 7.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at SGTV at USC.com. For SGTV, I'm Popielarczyk.
And I'm Madelyn Cooper. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina, forever to be.